Hi guys, so today we are putting the new rear bash bar on the 350Z. Ordered one of these quite a while ago from America. It took about 6 months to get here, but it is here now. I've dumped it in the cold, so I'll grab it out. Pretty big. I'll get a good image though, and I'll move it to the back so you can see it kind of mounted up / me putting it on. So I've just laid it out quickly before I do put it on, just so you can sort of see it in the raw, I suppose. It's that brand is that. I'm not going to try to say that, but that's what it is. And I got it from Talk GT. If you're interested, if you're from the UK and want to order one of these, you can order it from them directly, but shipping is a fortune. Hence, I got it from Talk GT, and they sort of deal with it. And that's probably why it took so long to get here. But basically, mounts onto these bits. The camera work is not great here. Kind of see it. That bit's there. That's basically where the original bash bar mounts. I never had that on the car since I've had it, but basically these bolts here, I believe it goes onto them. Same on the other side, obviously. So first job is find out what size that is, take them off, and then try and get that on myself, which could be a tricky one, but we'll give it a go. See how easy these come out. I've never took these off, so they could be a bit of a tricky one. The longer bar. It's not ideal. It snapped off. Awesome. That's fucking tight. Never good. So I've sheared the top ones off, which isn't ideal. I'll have to get them re-drilled at some point, so this isn't going to be a proper install thing. So I want to try and get it sort of mounted up though, so I've took out the bottom ones so I'll be able to mock it up, and then the other side will attempt to get off as well. Not amazing camera angle, but should be able to get these off because I've had these ones off before, or at least that one when I've put the toe strap on. So as long as I can get it on so I can just see what it looks like, I'm not too bothered. So I don't need to run it today. Yeah, this one's coming off nicely. Yeah, that's what we want. Don't know if we use this plate that's on behind or if we take that off, no idea, but fuck me, that's tight. I think we just fudge this plate off. I don't think we need that. I'm going to set up some dodgy camera angle whilst I try and sort of rest it on my leg and try and mount it, I guess. This is going to be quite difficult, but we'll give it a go. Probably the best we're going to get, I think. Oh, my phone. Start with. This is very tricky. Probably will replace these with brand new ones, but this is kind of just to mock it up for now. I feel like these bolts that was tight now. So that's like loosely on now. I'm not going to tie anything up properly because I need to get new bolts ready. I didn't really think about that. I just kind of wanted to get it visually mounted so I could just have a look what it looks like, which I think it looks mint, to be honest. I mean, I love the look of bash bars anyway, but with this actually on, it looks pretty cool. With an out of shot view, you can kind of see it. Kind of completes the rear end now. There is something to look at rather than just nothing, but Colour wise, it'll probably say this colour for a bit. It might get red eventually, but I don't actually mind this colour with the car colour. It kind of goes quite well, I think. But yeah, that's kind of that in terms of what I'm going to do with that today. There'll probably be some sort of, I might mention that in a later video in terms of me swapping the bolts and stuff, but I mean, I'm not going to do that today. It's just kind of mocking it up sort of thing. But I'll go to some other updates on the car. Not too much to really talk about, but we'll sort of, I'll explain. So just sat on the inside just so it's hopefully a little bit quieter than what it is. There's a lot of cars and stuff that drive past where I live, so with the car, I mean, there's not too much I really need to do before any more drift days as such. Probably just check the oil and all that sort of standard maintenance stuff. May or may not film that, possibly, I'm not really decided yet, but updates in terms of the last major thing with the car. Obviously we did the competition last with it, which went alright. I mean, it was what it is, a learning experience. Probably won't do too many of them, or if any. Probably, I don't plan to any, to be honest, this year. Might do like a little one if there's some little fun events on, but nothing too serious. I want to sort of chill out and learn quite a lot this year is the main goal. But one of the issues I did have at the drift day, which I sort of didn't really explain in any other videos because there hasn't been any with this car since, was the sort of issues with the power cutting off. That does turn out to be an issue with my dodgy wiring, which I found in the engine bay, which I can sort of show you over, which won't be too interesting, but I can explain sort of why that happened, I guess, or I think why it happened. I've fixed it now, basically. With one hand, lost with our bolts. So this is the wiring. I don't really show any of this because I don't really recommend following my wiring tips because clearly it didn't work, so that's a good job I didn't show you how to do that. But I basically spliced into, I believe this is like the alternator sort of part of the circuit, so that goes down to where the alternator is. We spliced into that bit. That then connected up to this, which obviously it isn't anymore. That goes all the way around to the battery slash cut off switch section. So obviously when you cut that off, it cuts the battery and obviously cuts the alternator section as well, which, I mean, it actually worked, but it didn't work for long because it basically then melted into the battery for some reason. Not really too sure why, but it did. So do need to look into that. Possibly, my main thing is I think that cable's possibly too thick, because obviously we go up from teeny tiny cable up to big, like, lawnmower size cable, which probably isn't recommended because I could assume the currents probably don't, or whatever it is. It's just too small going to too big in simple terms. So I'll try and sort that out, but obviously I don't need a cut-off switch really until any sort of events as such. But that's still all wired up ready. Well, I say wired up ready. It is, apart from being connected up to the alternator and me just reverting it back. But currently it's wired as standard. So, but if I want to have it as like that, I can just swap it in quite easily of how I've done it. Obviously I've chopped a big hole in the bonnet, which currently tapes so it doesn't get wet, which is a little bit wet, but I have a cover on usually. So, it's been a bit of a weird video, this one. There isn't really too much going on. Sort of the new bash bowl was a new thing. I just wanted to sort of show that I'd got, really, just because it kind of adds a little bit to the car. A bit interesting. Well, it's very interesting to me. To you guys, it's not too interesting in a video because I haven't really... You just kind of put it on where the standard one goes. It's quite simple. I know I've bodged my bolts, but the general thing is pretty simple. So, if you want to do one, it's not really that hard to do. But yeah. I'm going to start the car up and do like just let it run for a bit, just because I've not ran it for ages, which I'll just film a little clip of it starting up. I'm not going to rev it or anything so I don't upset the neighbours, but car sounds are always cool, so I'll add that into the video. Interior wise, nothing really to add. I don't really do too many videos before the competition thing. I'm sorry, I'm just looking around because I've not sat in this car for ages and there's a lot of moisture on the roof, which isn't very... but yeah, there's an extinguisher there. I don't know if you can see that. There's quite a big one, which is like 2 kg or whatever. There's my really dodgy kill-off switch mount bit. It's because I'm on a tripod, so this is very awkward. So basically, there's usually a hole there, or in my car there's a hole. I think that's where like your music bit is in the standard 350. There's like a plate that I sort of chopped up, and then that's mounted to / my hazard light. The general thing, it works, but it's just done really poorly. I just kind of rushed it because I'm not very good at that sort of stuff. I can't really do the hands-on bits. I just kind of try and do the driving, which I'm not even that good at either. I mean, it kind of works. I think I'll remake it properly out of metal and properly like bolt it on, but currently it's just duct taped on, a lot of duct tape. But we'll sort that out basically at some point. Not a big concern though, but thing that I do plan to sort of sort out. Apart from that, everything else is pretty much the same you have seen. There's just all my stuff in the back, because the car is just a storage thing for all my car parts. That is a very weird angle, but I'll start the car up from the outside. You can get some like, you can hear it run basically. It's not started for like 2 months, so should be nice to hear for myself and stuff. That pretty much clears up today's video of me. Just a quick update really on the car. There's not too much, but it's just to let you guys know that it's still here. Still have plans for it this year. Probably won't really start drifting really until maybe Easter time, but I'm not 100% set on any dates or any places. Do plan to go to different places this year though, like Santa Pod's a possibility, obviously Three Sisters Circuit. I'd like to go to Teesside again, but until we actually do them things, I don't want to promise anything, because you never know what's going on. Might be other events I go to, or car shows, or tracks, or Santa Pod. There's a lot of things going on, but we haven't decided what we're doing yet, so yeah. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. It's been a bit random, not really been too structured, but should be good. It's new. I want to try and film a lot more this year with the 350, because I do do a lot to it, but I do bits to it that might be interesting to some people that are just intrigued to see what's going on really, and if I do anything new to it, you might want to see what we're doing really, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching. Till next time guys. Some 350 start-up sounds I suppose after 2 months when it's cold. Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.